The story is always the same. First, Apple launches something that they say is magical.
The AirPods deliver truly an Apple magical experience.
Then, everyone makes fun of them. Then, everyone either wants one or is trying to make a clone of it to sell to people who want the look but can't afford the price tag. Now, it has been some years since the launch of the original AirPods back in 2016, but that hasn't stopped other manufacturers from producing new products that are, let's say, heavily inspired by it. And the latest one to join its ranks is this, the Redmi Buds 3. It's uncanny, but is it any good?
That is why today we are so excited to show you a new product from Apple called Apple AirPods.
The year was 2016. Apple just launched their first pair of truly wireless earbuds, the AirPods. But on that day, they didn't really just launch a brand new product. They started a movement. That very year, they removed the headphone jack from the latest iPhone 7, and after that, they stopped including the free dongle. Then, they stopped bundling earpods with their iPhones altogether. But what was then seen as a quick cash grab move, because let's be real, it probably was, might have actually been one of the best things to happen to the TWS headphone space. In the years since the launch of the original AirPods, we've seen a boom in TWS headphone production as everyone wants to get a slice of this brand new pie. And it's because of that that you can now pick up this seemingly identical pair of TWS headphones for 1/6 of the price that the original AirPods launched for. You see, when the original AirPods launched, they were actually kind of good. Well, by hard-tipped in-ear headphone standards, that is. But the Redmi Buds 3, however, aren't. They sound terrible. Music sounds like it's being played from very far away from a very budget pair of computer speakers. There's also practically no bass, and the vocals sound like they're being sung to you through a straw. Things only get worse when more instruments are added because everything then just blends together to produce something that I'd say is closer to noise than music. Then there is the build and finishing. Sure, these headphones look exactly like AirPods if you see them in someone's ear across a busy Starbucks. But if you take a closer look, you start to see where they probably saved a few bucks. The case, for example, feels terribly cheap. The lid moves around despite being closed, and it also doesn't sit quite flush with the rest of the body. This cheap plastic feeling extends to the buds themselves too, and the exposed contact points at the bottom of the stem definitely doesn't help. Wow, what a difference 6 years of technological advancement makes, huh? I mean, at least if you buy them, you'll still look like you have Apple's latest pair of TWS headphones, right? Actually, now if you go into an Apple retailer and tell them that you want to buy the latest AirPods, you'll be greeted with this. These are the brand new 3rd generation AirPods, and as you can probably tell, they look very different now. The new design features a larger bud and shorter stem that looks much more like the soft-tipped AirPods Pro. Its case is also shorter, slightly slimmer, and wider than the Redmi Buds 3's case, which makes it a little easier to pocket. And while I definitely prefer the more subtle look of the new AirPods, I can't imagine people who buy, headphones like the Redmi Buds 3 just for its looks will be very happy with this change. Because now, at best, it looks like you have the old AirPods. And that's far less cool. I personally care less about how a pair of headphones look and more about how they sound. And in this regard, the 3rd generation AirPods blows the Redmi Buds 3 out of the water. I'm honestly quite gobsmacked at the fact that there's this much of a difference in sound quality between 2 pairs of hard-tipped in-ear headphones. Unlike the thin and hollow sounding Redmi Buds 3, the AirPods sound really good. Somehow Apple has managed to squeeze a really full, well-rounded sound off the new AirPods without relying on soft tips. If you're familiar with how Apple's AirPods Pro or Max sound, then you'll feel right at home with these AirPods too. There's enough detail in the mids and highs, but what's truly impressive is how well they've managed to convey the bass tones. Sure, you don't feel it the way you would with soft-tip headphones, but you can definitely hear it. There's also plenty of separation so you can hear the instruments clearly, which is a stark contrast to that of the Redmi Buds 3. Do I prefer these over soft-tipped headphones? No, that's definitely a no for me, but maybe that's more of a preference thing. What I definitely do like though is how comfortable they are. Despite the larger bud, the AirPods 3 somehow feels more comfortable in my ear than the Redmi Buds 3 do. These AirPods also feel a little more premium despite also being made from plastic. The case has a satisfying click when you shut the lid, and the buds themselves also feel like they got a little more TLC. There are no visible contact points on the stems, for example, and the cutouts for the mics are also hidden in the chrome accents so that they're practically invisible unless you look for them. But I guess that's unsurprising. After all, one is probably the pinnacle of Apple's hard-tipped in-ear headphone production, while the other was likely made to be an affordable way for people to get a very specific look. But there has to be something to like about the Redmi Buds 3, right? Yes. For starters, despite the fact that the Redmi Buds 3 doesn't feature wireless charging like the AirPods, it does charge via a USB Type-C port, which I prefer infinitely over the proprietary Lightning connector. Then there's the fact that the Redmi Buds 3 actually has a pretty usable microphone. It's not quite as rich as the AirPods, but if what you need is like just clear audio for video calls, I think these will do the job. Have you ever had that one moment in your life where you thought, maybe humanity has gone too far this time? Or like that glitch in the simulation because someone made a typo or something like that? Well, today was one of those days for me, when I got a press release from Sunway Pyramid highlighting their brand new IoT product. Only nobody sent them the memo on what IoT actually stands for. Yes, they're introducing something called the Internet of Toilets. Next, there's the fact that although the Redmi Buds 3 looks significantly larger than the AirPods 3, they actually weigh nearly the same, at just over 4 grams per bud. Xiaomi's also managed to pretty much match the AirPods battery life, claiming up to 5 hours of listening time to the AirPods 6 hours. In fact, they've even matched the AirPods Instant Pair feature because if you open the Redmi Buds 3's case next to like a Xiaomi device, you'll get a very familiar graphic letting you connect the headphones at a tap. But finally, there's the most important thing, and that's the fact that the 139 ringgit Redmi Buds 3 costs nearly 6 times less than the 829 ringgit third generation AirPods. And that's a lot of money. You can buy an entire smartphone with the difference in price between these two headphones. But is that enough for me to recommend that you go buy them right now? Unfortunately, no. And the main reason is that even though 139 ringgit is cheap by AirPods standards, I think that there are definitely better options if you're willing to go over to the soft-tipped in-ear headphones camp. Devices like the Baseus WM-01 have as good, if not slightly better audio and mic quality, but cost under 50 ringgit and come in a myriad of colors. And if you really wanted just the look without the sound quality, you might be better off with the InPods Pro 4, which you can pick up for less than 20 ringgit. And I also wouldn't recommend that you pick up the third generation Apple AirPods, because 829 ringgit is a ridiculous price tag. You can probably get the AirPods Pro on sale for that price, or the Sony WF-1000X Mark IIIs, or even the Mark IVs. And those have active noise cancellation for when you really want to drown out your surroundings. But if you're adamant on hard-tipped supremacy, I'd save up a couple of $100 and pick up the previous generation AirPods instead. So, while I definitely appreciate how much the AirPods have pushed the development of TWS headphones forward, I still can't bring myself to buy one. But that's fine, because that probably means we'll see more and more clones or products that are heavily inspired by the AirPods design launch over the next couple of years. I just hope that by then, they would have also copied some of what makes the AirPods good, and not just the way they look. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, especially that little history lesson. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of our future uploads. We're also on Facebook, so like us there, but our home on the internet will be at searchandchow.com. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rory, and I'll see you next time. Bye!